حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
الحمد لله الملك الوهاب أنزل على عبده الكتاب وحث عباده على الأخذ من الأسباب وحث عباده على الأخذ بالأسباب وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبد الله ورسوله اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وعلى من تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين. All praises are due to Allah, the bestowing sovereign over all bounties, the one who has revealed upon his servants the book and encouraged his servants to take the means through the Quran, provided through the Quran to success. I bear witness with every facet of my being that there is no deity worthy of absolute love and adoration and service and worship except Allah, the unique one with no competing second in his oneness. I bear witness that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is a perfect example of servanthood unto Allah, and is his sent messenger unto the entire creation of the universe. I advise you, my dear brothers and sisters, as I advise myself, to be very conscious of Allah, develop the sense of taqwa for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. As Allah reminds us in the Quran, وَاتَّقُوا يَوْمًا تُرْجَعُونَ فِيهِ إِلَى اللَّهِ ثُمَّ تُوَفَّى كُلُّ نَفْسٍ مَا كَسَبَتْ وَهُمْ لَا يُظْلَمُونَ. Fear a day when you will be returned to Allah, then every soul will be compensated for what it earned, and they will not be treated unjustly. My dear brothers and sisters, in Surah Al-Kahf, talking about Zulkarnain, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّا مَكَّنَّا لَهُ الْأَرْضَ إِنَّا مَكَّنَّا لَهُ فِي الْأَرْضِ وَآتَيْنَاهُ مِنْ كُلِّ شَيْءٍ سَبَبًا فَأَتْبَعَ سَبَبًا. Indeed, we established him upon the earth, and we gave him a way to everything, so he followed that way. In other words, we provided him with the means to succeed, and he followed that means. We say Allah is Rabbul Asbab, the one who uses others or other means to make us achieve whatever he wants us to achieve. In these verses, Allah indicates how he had bestowed various means, various opportunities to Zulkarnain, such as those of knowledge and wisdom, that of numerous tools and the ability to use them. being the means to practically achieve any goal that he set out for. So Zulkarnain expended the blessings that he was given and invested them in the best of ways by helping others, making things easy for them, and brought joy and contentment into their hearts. And so his way was one of significance, determination, diligence, and perseverance. It was a way through which he was able to transfer his refined knowledge of advancement to the people who most needed it. What am I talking about here, my dear brothers and sisters? Whatever means Allah gives you, whatever opportunity Allah gives you, it may give you people that are around you, people that when you want to do something, they will be there to want to help you. You may be the one who is the best accountant in the world, but you may have somebody who is the best investor. He knows more about financing than your accounting. Use that as a means of being able to enhance your accounting knowledge. You may be somebody who has the best knowledge in Arabic, or you may be somebody who has the best knowledge of the Quran, but you don't know how to put it together and present it to people. If Allah has blessed somebody with that knowledge, share with him, learn from him. You can be the best in terms of being the strongest man, but being strong doesn't mean that you have the wisdom to use that strength. Allah may bless somebody with that wisdom on how you can use that strength. Or you may be the best in political strategy, but you don't have the good communication with the people, community relations. And Allah has blessed somebody who is in position to the people that whenever he says anything to the people, they are willing to listen to him. Use that as a means of being able to be successful. If you are the chairman of an organization and there are people who were there before you and they have knowledge that you can use, there's nothing wrong with you going back and using the knowledge that they had in order to enhance what you have today. The Yoruba people have a saying, I don't know how to put it in better way, but I think that's the way they say it. Now, if you forget your root, you're going to dry. That water will dry. So wherever you are, whatever you have, there is somebody who has something that you don't have. They are the means. Allah is Rabbul Asbab. He uses the means from others to help us to achieve what we want. So whatever position you have, whatever you have, always remember there are others who can help you to make it even better. Do not ever think that I'm all in all. I know it all, therefore I don't need anybody. Wallahi, none of us, Allah did not create any of us not to need anybody. Allah continues to say, Summa atbaha sababa, hatta iza balaga bayna saddain, wajada min dunihima qawman, la yakadu yafqahuna qawlan, qalu ya zal karnayn, inna yajuj wa majuj mufsiduna fil ard, fahal naj'al laka kharajan ala an taj'ala baynana wa baynahum saddan. Then he followed the way that Allah has provided him, until he reached a pass between two mountains. He found beside them a people who could hardly understand his speech. They said, O Zulkarnain, indeed Yajuj and Majuj are corruptors in the land. So may we assign for you an expenditure that you might make between us and them a barrier. May we give you the means. May we provide you with the money so you can create a path for us. And just look at the way they said it. We will give you the expenditure. Let us give you the means. You have the knowledge. You know how to do this. Let us give you the money so you can help us build this wall. Zulkarnain turned towards them. The use of proper means that enabled them to construct and produce something that was great. So he said to them, Ma makkani fihi rabbi khayran. Ma makkani fihi rabbi khayrun. Fa'inuni بقوة اجعل بينكم وبينهم رجما. He said, that in which my Lord has established me is better than what you offer. But what I want you to do is assist me with your strength. Just look at that. Allah has given me the knowledge. The money you want to give me is not what I need. What I need is your strength to help me to build this wall. If you help me with your strength, I will make between you and them a defensive wall to serve as a barrier. So he guarded the means of his strength and his knowledge with the means of their strength, such that everyone was able to participate in that great feat of building the rampart, all resulting through their combined efforts. And Allah blessed them therein and accepted this of them, such that they were able to be joyful and had tranquility for themselves. They had a peace of mind for themselves and for their community, for generations to come after them. Allah praised the strength of the dam that they had created. Allah praised it by saying, فَمَا اسْتَطَاعُوا أَنْ يَظْهَرُوهُ وَمَا اسْتَطَاعُوا لَهُ نَقَبًا. Thus were they powerless to scale it or to dig through it. Allah helped them to such a way that Gog and Magog, Yajuj and Majuj, could never be able to come through it. No matter what they try, they cannot even go over it, no matter how much they try. Indeed, success in any endeavor is a result of hard work and devoted effort of everyone involved, through which we harness the means and resources at our disposal. And so it was with the guidance of the prophets and the messengers who gave everything they had in serving mankind and seeking to uplift them. Look to the example of Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam, who was directed by Allah to build a ship. وَاصْنَعِ الْفُلْكَ بِأَعْيُنِنَا وَوَحَيْنَا, and construct the ship under our observation and our inspiration. So Nuh alayhi salatu wasalam strived in building this ship and carried on board pairs of all animals, then voyaged them in the ship on waves the size of mountains. The waves were the size of mountains, but he was able to carry them through that. فَأَنْجَيْنَاهُ وَمَنْ مَعَهُ فِي الْفُلْكِ الْمَشْحُونِ. So we saved him and those with him in the laden ship. In every community, we have people who have different talents. We have people who have different skills. Let us harness the skills we have in our midst. If it is plumbing we need done, let's find out from amongst ourselves who is the plumber. And if you are the plumber that you are invited to come and do something for your community, you go to some mosque and you will see business cards of people of different fields, whether those in real estate, whether those who are electricity, whether those who are in financing, whether those who are lawyers, whatever field it is, you will see business cards of all these talents. Even the Uber, our Uber drivers, maybe we can even be able to have formed our own, what do you call it, driving pool, register it, and be able to pull from amongst ourselves. When you have talents like that, anytime I'm looking for a new house and I want to buy a new home, all I have to do is just go to the mosque, pick up the card from one of the members of the community and buy the house from him, knowing fully well that he would not take advantage of me. And that is important. Just because the community would come to you and depend on you doesn't mean that you also take advantage of them. Be fair in how you deal with them. If you are a plumber, don't be a plumber who is said to be the most expensive plumber. So if I have somebody and my money cannot afford you, I'm forced to go somewhere. So if you have the talent, use the talent to make, look at what Zulkarnain did. He made it easy on them. He did not try to make it harder on them. Use the means Allah has given you to make it easy on your community. That is what Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam advised us to do. Yassiru wala tu'assiru. Make things easy on one another, and don't make things difficult for each other. Look at Sayyidina Ismail and his father, Ibrahim alayhi salatu wasalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala asked Ibrahim to build, alayhi salam, to build a sacred house. What did he do? He used his son Ishmael in implementing this noble task. فَجَعَلَ إِسْمَاعِيل يَأْتِي بِالْحِجَارَةِ وَإِبْرَاهِيم يَبْنِي. Then they raised the foundations of the house. Ishmael brought the stones, and Ibrahim alayhi salam, was building. So these two, father and son, also expended whatever means they were given in performing a tremendous task, which Allah has eternalized forever by describing in the Quran, وَإِذْ يَرْفَعُ إِبْرَاهِيمَ الْقَوَاعِدَ مِنَ الْبَيْتِ وَإِسْمَاعِيلَ رَبَّنَا تَقَبَّلْ مِنَّا إِنَّكَ أَنْتَ السَّمِيعُ الْعَلِيمُ. And mention when Ibrahim alayhi salam was raising the foundations of the house with him, with Ismail, his son, alayhi salam. And they said, our Lord, accept this from us. Indeed, you are the hearing, the knowing. I had work to be done in my house. My refrigerator I was having a problem with my refrigerator. And the HVAC guy that I got to come and help me fix it happened to be somebody who was my student in elementary school. He was in the 3rd grade. He was my student all the way through high school when he graduated. His brother, his sisters, all of them were my students. Some of them even from preschool. And I called him to come and do this work for me. Of course, when he came, he didn't want to charge me. I had to insist. I said, it's your work. You have to get money for your skill. You have to get money for your job. Don't say just because I was your teacher. Of course, if I wasn't a good teacher, he would charge me more, right? But don't say just because I was your teacher, you're not going to take your money. I insisted on him taking his money. But what impressed me was the fact that when he came with his 8-year-old son. 8-year-old son. And when he was looking at the refrigerator and trying to figure out how to fix it for me, the ice that was, filled there in the back, and he was one. And the son said, Dad, why don't we get hair dryer? Maybe we can use it to thaw out that place. 8-year-old. And the father looked at him and said, yeah, I think you're right. And then he asked me, do you have a hair dryer? I said, of course, I have a wife, so I have a hair dryer now. I don't have any hair. So I brought the hair dryer. They were able to plug it in, and they got the job done. Look at that 8-year-old. He's teaching him already how to do this job. Wherever he's going, he goes with his children, his 2 sons, teaching them the skill. How many of us take our children with us? I'm working on my basement right now. The man working on the basement, whenever he comes, his son is in the car with him. He comes with his son. The man who did the drywalling, he came with his son, teaching him how to do it. The electrician came with his son, teaching him how to do it. These are all Latinos. How many of us are teaching our children what we have, what we know? Take the example of Ibrahim alayhi salam and Ismail. He didn't leave him on the side. They built it together, and today we are all benefiting from that Kaaba. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah gives all of us the means to achieve whatever we want. There is we usually say in Tawalo Sukutu, Shukutuluwa. You may go all over the place looking for something, and right there next to you is somebody who has that opportunity, that has that skill, that could have even helped you to do it better. Let us find ways to look within ourselves. And those of us who are selected to help, please do not use your knowledge to exploit. See it as a blessing that Allah gave you and use it to help your community. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us to be one of those who would follow these type of examples. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us to be those that can be dependent upon. Allahumma inna nas'aluka tawfiq wa sadad في جميع أمورنا والسعادة في دنيانا وآخرتنا، ووفقنا لطاعتك أجمعين وطاعة رسولك محمد الأمين وطاعة من أمرتنا بطاعته عملا بقولك يا أيها الذين آمنوا أطيعوا الله وأطيعوا الرسول وأولي الأمر منكم. نفعني الله وإياكم بالقرآن العظيم وبسنة النبي الكريم صلى الله عليه وسلم. الحمد لله رب العالمين، وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له ولي الصالحين، وأشهد أن سيدنا ونبينا محمد عبد الله ورسوله، فاللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ونبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين وعلى من سار إلى أدهم إلى يوم الدين. أوصيكم عباد الله ونفسي بتقوى الله. My all praise is due to Allah, the Lord of the worlds. I bear witness that there is nothing worthy of worship except Him, and that Muhammad is His true servant and messenger. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless Muhammad, his family, his companions, and all those who run to their guidance until the day of judgment. My dear brothers and sisters, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور. It is He who made the earth and tame it for you. So walk among the slopes, His slopes, and each of His provisions, and to Him is the resurrection. In other words, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one who has facilitated the earth and blessed therein much good, put much good in there for us, that we intend may invest in this good. From the early morning, we find people of different backgrounds going back and forth in seeking their daily provision, spending forth of whatever they have of themselves. Through the whole communities. Through this, communities are supported and developed, and everyone succeeds together. Everything that we said earlier, my dear brothers and sisters, when we follow it, we succeed together. Never think of me being the only one who succeeds while others are behind. Always think of doing things communally. If we succeed together, that is the best for us. Our children, our grandchildren will come back and say, I grew up in this community. I grew up in a community that supported me from the beginning all the way through. And they will also be willing to give back to the community. But if we are selfish, individualistic, I want just me, my wife, my children, me, my wife, my children, and we don't think communally, we will fail. When you take a broom, and you pull it one stick after the other, you can easily break that. But when you take the whole broom and you try to break it, you can never be able to break it. This is our strength in our unity. وَاحْتَصِمُوا بِحَبْلِ اللَّهِ جَمِيعًا وَلَا تَفَرَّقُوا. Hold on to the common rope that Allah has put between us as Yoruba, as Muslims, as people who are all immigrants here. Let's hold on to that common rope and help one another. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless us to be able to do this. إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما. اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. ورد اللهم عن الخلفاء الراشدين أبي بكر وعمر وعثمان وعلي وعن سائر صاحبة أجمعين. اللهم رحمتك نرجو وإياك ندعو فأدم علينا فضلك واسبق علينا نعمك وتكبل صلواتنا وضاعف حسناتنا وتجاوز عن سيئاتنا وارفع درجاتنا يا رب العالمين. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. اللهم أجرنا من النار ومن خزي النار ومن كل عمل يقربنا إلى النار، وادخلنا الجنة مع الأبرار يا عزيز يا غفار يا رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك، نشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت، نستغفرك ونتوب إليك. عباد الله، إن الله يأمركم بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. أقيموا الصلاة إن الصلاة تنهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. ولذكر الله أكبر والله يعلم ما تصنعون. أقيموا الصلاة.
الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة، حي على الفلاح، قد قامت الصلاة، قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
Let us take the attitude of praying as if this is the last salah we perform. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept it from us.
Amen.
الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين. لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن التقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون. فما يكذبك بعد بالدين؟ أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين؟ الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله أكبر.
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 بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. آمين. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك أرأيت الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يهج على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراعون ويمنعون الماعون. الله أكبر.
الله أكبر.
سمع الله لمن حمده.
ربنا ولك الحمد.
الله أكبر.
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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله.
اللهم السلام وعليكم السلام وخيرنا ربنا بالسلام وألهمنا الجنة وبارك لنا السلام تبارك ربنا وتعالى يا ذا الجلال والإكرام. الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا أنت الله أكبر الله أكبر ولله الحمد الله أكبر كبيرا نبي كثيرا سبحان الله القوة والعزيمة لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وسلام على السماوات لا إله إلا الله ولا إله إلا هو بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد وعلى سوريات سيدنا محمد تسمع كثيرا الفاتحة بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار سبحان ربك رب العزة عما يصفون والسلام على المرسلين الحمد لله رب العالمين. Gbogbo nǹkan tán bá a sọ ọdọ wa jẹ ká kí alágbòdà ẹkùn ọdẹ sọ lẹ́ẹ̀kan tẹrámì tí wọn àjọ Sunday gbogbo ìlàkàyè ẹnà bá lè yá wa láti jẹ pé kí ìwà kó máa lọ síwájú sí ẹ̀dá kan ẹ jẹ́ ká pàdé lórí sóra ní iṣẹ́ àná wọn máa sẹ́ni ní kẹsí 3:30 iṣẹ́ àná. Salaam alaikum.